Hey Formula One fans, today we got the one Kyosho I'm going to really talk about, and this one I've already reviewed before. I just got a different number. This actually won a GP where the other one I reviewed did not, I guess, or I don't know. But we're really talking about this one today. This is the McLaren MP4/6 number 2. It won the 91 Japanese GP. Looking at Wikipedia, this particular chassis was racing around 1991. As the base plate would say, and driven by famous driver Ayrton Senna and Gerhard Berger as well. I'm assuming the number 2 car is Gerhard Berger's car, but I might be mistaken. Let's see, while I compare these, what else to read. This thing was actually powered by a V12 made by Honda, which is interesting because I think of Honda as more of a 4-cylinder car company. Obviously they make 6s and stuff as well, but what else? It says the last car to win a championship with a manual transmission, and it's the only F1 car apparently that was able to win a championship with a V12 engine. So again, this is Wikipedia. I don't know if any of that stuff is correct. I don't have time to research this stuff. So if you haven't picked up on it, Kyosho censors their models, or did. They're not an active brand anymore. So there's no Marlboro sponsorship on this model, which I really don't care for. It's a real shame. Alright, you had plenty of time to pause the video while I was reading some stuff off. Still gonna read off a little bit more. Had a carbon fiber monocoque chassis. And then the engine was 725 horsepower at the beginning and ended off with 780 horsepower. And then as far as the actual success of this thing, it won 8 of the 18 races it ran in. Which is weird though, because the next column on Wikipedia says it has 19 podiums. Oh, I guess, yeah, if they have a 1 and 2 car. So they could have got 19 podiums even if they only raced 18 races. Because they technically had 36 chances, right? Okay, well, the championship in 1991 is the one, that they won the constructors, and also Ayrton Senna won the drivers' championship. Alright, that's it there. So these Kyosho Blister Pack F1 cars have the axles trapping, kind of like a Hot Wheels, but I think that axle, yeah, that one's steel. I've seen one where it was plastic, I think. But they do roll, if that interests you. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess if you get that, this would probably go pretty fast down one of those Hot Wheels tracks if it could fit. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it would probably fit the width of it. So you'll see the base is plastic and it's press fit together, but it does tell you what the car is, what scale it is, and who made it, so I like that. Some little vane details. Maybe those are exhaust, I'm not sure. Alright, yeah, it looks very plain because it doesn't have Marlboro in here, or I would maybe there, or there, or there. So I'm almost tempted to get some decals. Yeah, well, maybe not. I'm too lazy. What is going on with this plastic here? It's strange, right? It's I don't know if that's some sort of residue. I'm trying to scrape it, or if it's just like something went wrong with the molding. Very odd. It's almost like it's painted, but I don't think it's painted. I think that's just plastic there. Okay, well, the tires do look good. I mean, they're nicely rounded, and then the printing on them is pretty much concentric, although this one, no, it's totally worn off. This is used, so perhaps the last person that had it literally played with it. I mean, there's no way Kyosho would let that out into the marketplace. So, yeah, I guess it was just abused a little bit by the previous owner. Alright, well, the separation of the white and the red is pretty good. I almost feel like that could be a decal. There's like a ridge right here. It's going all the way across. So, what I suspect is maybe they painted the body white, and then they masked it off and painted it red, and then they tampo printed the white back over it to have such a precise break between the colors. That's the only thing I can think of. Please leave a comment if you can think of something else, but I think that's paint. It's not a decal. Look at this. This thing's all dirty. Alright, well, the Honda sponsorship looks pretty good. Yeah, this is Berger's car. You can actually read the driver's name there. If I could focus. So yeah, that does say Berger. Berger. I'm not sure. I'm not German. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. This vent here is kind of deep, but unfortunately, there's no like molded details for the radiator there. The wheels, yeah, they're blanked off, so that's not so great, obviously. But I think they had to because they're trapping it like a Hot Wheels. Goodyear printing and some the number 2 and some sort of sponsorship. I don't know what that is. Shell Gas. What's some other things that are sponsored back in the day? Oh, TagWear watches. Can't Golf maybe? No, I can't read that. So some of that is not legible. Alright. But anyways, the nice thing about Kyosho is in almost all instances, they use paint. These are not decals, right? So they're not going to fall off, they're not going to crack or anything like that. The more modern brands like Inno and Tarmac Works, they use decals. It's very annoying. The seat detail is pretty nice. You got some harnesses molded in, and then you have this round steering wheel. It's kind of hard to see being black, but it is there. Alright, yeah, this is a mess. I don't know. Definitely not a new model. Yeah, this looks very plain back here without the sponsorship. And then now I see, this could be paint rash. It looks very, bubbly. But I don't know. Could have just been a bad casting or something. The wing here, there's a little extra paint there from extra plastic painted. They're trying to get the double-decker effect there, but it's blanked off. Whatever these things are, maybe that's an LED light or something. Yeah, I'm gonna guess those are the exhausts because I don't see any tubes anywhere else. Right? I don't see any indication of exhaust coming out the above. Alright, belly pan comes out here. What is this? Anyone know? Is this like a department store or a jewelry company? Courtads? It's probably French if I had to guess, but don't know. Alright, well, a lot of speculation on this model, on its sponsorship, and sadly it just looks plain. So, real shame, the whole censoring stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this out. I'm not going to talk about it, because, again, I've already spoken about this car in the other review. You can just search the channel for MP4, and you'll find it. Well, it's got yellow printing on the tires, and the tires do look nice. Yeah, still press fit, probably from the same collection. There must have been some sort of McLaren racing collection or something put out by Kyosho. But same issues, it just looks plain. Because there's no sponsorship here, everywhere, right? It's just like it almost looks like a test car. There's a little recess here, so that's kind of nice. The seat, again, it's black, it's hard to tell. There is molded detail as if it has a harness. Since they're raised, you could actually paint those, but you can't take the base apart, so it's going to be really difficult to do. The actual steering wheel does have air passing between the spokes, so that's nice. And then, yeah, the suspension, it's okay. It's made of plastic, but it does have the front axle going through it. But at least it's painted black or coated black, so it's not so obnoxious to look at. Alright. I didn't even notice these are under the cardboard pieces, but these are the info cards. But they're written in Japanese, so they're not super helpful. But at least here in English, we know the driver's names. So, okay. Well, this is the number 8 car. Which, oh yeah, that is our Incentives car. This one, the MP4 8. Okay. It even says, I guess, the time that they finished the race. That's an interesting stat. Pretty neat. Alright, I got a whole bunch of other Kyosho McLarens here. So here's the one I reviewed before, and it's just the number 7 car. And you'll see here, this one actually has a little paint rash right up in here. Of course, course, the focus never works when you want it to. Right there, you might be able to see that paintbrush. Alright, so those two are identical. This next one is from 1996. It's the MP4/11. And then this one is the 97 MP4/12. Let's see, we'll have to do it this way. And then this one here is from 2000, the MP4/15. You notice now it actually has the treads going on in the tires, rain tires or something. And the last one is an 05 MP4/20. So the sponsorship changed to West Cigarettes. I believe that's a cigarette company. See some size comparisons here. All right. Well, they would be fantastic if they just had the proper sponsorship. You know, just look at the back photos. There actually isn't much plastered all over the car in the first place, but when you're missing, you know, such a big block of text, it definitely doesn't look so cool. But what can you do? Unless some other brand, maybe Mini GT or Sparky, starts doing more of these older F1 cars, this is the best you can get in 164. It's not necessarily bad. I'm gonna guess that when these things are brand new, they were probably like $6, $7, maybe less. I don't know. So you gotta take that into consideration. They do have nice details physically. Mold-wise, is pretty nice for a die-cast, and then the seats are nicely molded as well. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you in the next F1 car video. Bye now.